Hey guys, how are you? Welcome to my sunny office. I hope you can see me okay. I am coming to you live today. Angels Don't Lie Tuesday. Let me see, I think it is a little too bright. Hold on 1 second. I think I can close that curtain. Come with me. We'll close it together. It's so nice outside, but it is making a little bit. There. Okay. All right, come back over. Let's do it. We get to go for a little ride there through the office. So I thought I would come live. Usually, the show was at 7 and then just doing the podcast, but I decided, let me stop in now and let's do the show because I have some stuff to talk to you about. It's a beautiful day and I just feel like, yes, let's like random. I'm in a random type of mood. So that's what I was going to do today. Hi, loves. How are you? Thanks for joining. Hi, Simone. Hi, Noelle. Nice to see you. Let me share this video. Hey, if you guys want to take a moment to tag somebody or share the video, that would be great. I always appreciate that. The more, the merrier. Yeah, so I've been going with this, flow. Usually I'm, such a girl of, structure. I've been letting go of the structure and doing things just as Spirit is showing, just taking it easy. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just doing whatever. This is in my way. Hold on, I'm still typing. Hey Lisa, how are you? Hi Leah, nice to see you. Thank you for tuning in and joining. I see Chris is watching. Nice. Woohoo! Perfect, you can hear me good. Awesome. Because I've got no speakers on today, no whatever, which is fine, right? So over the weekend, I ran this event called Shine Seminar. You guys might have heard me talk about it. For the past couple weeks, we were, promoting it and getting it going. And Saturday was the event, and it was, knock your socks off, amazing. The women enjoyed it. They loved it, and we're really looking forward to their feedback. We just sent them an email to fill out, but the exciting plan is that we're going to be running it again in August, and we'll get you those details very soon. We're going to switch it up a teeny bit, and I'm really excited about that. Where did I put my tea? I lost my tea. I started without my tea. I think I took it in the other room and left it there. I'm going crazy. That's because I'm doing too many things at once. All right, so let me get grounded. Well, don't worry, because you can definitely come for the next one, and I'm going to give you some of the reviews, and we're going to share them with you when we get that feedback, because you're going to want to know this event was really life-changing. So one of the things I wanted to talk about today was some of the things that came up where people didn't understand what necessarily energy work was and what that means, and Reiki. Some of you might know what Reiki is, some don't. Lisa, I know you will be at the next one for sure. So does anybody else out there, do you guys, I'm going to just move this down a little bit. Do you know what energy work is? Have you ever experienced having a session? And what was that like for you? So what was the feedback we got on Saturday was people really didn't understand what that meant. So for me, because this is what I do every day, is I communicate with Spirit. As you know, I bring through those messages. I see departed loved ones. I hear them. I feel them. And I'm able to connect people with authenticated messages, things I wouldn't naturally know about, things that only they would know about. So this is a way that I can connect people to their loved ones, to their highest soul self, to the things that are meant for their alignment, meant for their well-being, because that's what I specialize around, the healing of the blocks of joy, the things that block joy, the things that block love out. That makes sense? So doing that as well, the spiritual healer's part for me is channeling the energy of the divine, of being able to share that through my healing sessions, whether that's through one of the singing bowl meditations, whether it's actually putting my hands on or above a person's energy centers or throughout their body. Doing this allows me to feel and know where energy is stuck inside of their body, where blocks might be, and also to take pain points down, which is a really cool thing, right? To lessen pain. So Noelle is saying, just learning about Reiki, had my second one last month, right? It is a lot to learn because it's a little confusing, right? Chris says, I don't know what Reiki is. It was for my whole life until recently. Now I practice it and administer it. Nice. It is the best thing that ever happened to me, and my clients love it. It is so true, right, Chris? Because it is just divine energy. So while I work with Reiki, I do train people. I do a very special class called a spiritual healer class. I have my own way of connecting people through what I've been taught through the angels. So how they've taught me to connect and channel that energy and to work with the divine. You've heard me talk about experiences where Jesus has come, to talk about a brain tumor in a girl, to talk about issues that are going on in people's lives, really big transformative things that changes their life into a positive. So many of us go through life with big struggles, right? We worry, we're fearful, we put our pain before our joy. It's not an uncommon thing, but a lot of people have a hard time admitting it or understanding that their pain is before everything else, right? Does it make sense? Am I making sense or am I babbling? I'm hoping that makes sense. So for me, thank you. Thank you for the love. Yes. But for me, when I'm working with that energy, it can transcend time. It can transcend space. So we can do a healing right here and right now, and you will all feel it. Isn't that amazing? We can be online, and I can send you healing, and you can receive it. So it's an openness. It's just like a prayer, right? When we pray for something, we're not necessarily with the people that we pray for. Most recently, what's going on in France, right? The Notre Dame church burning. And so we're praying for the people. And I know they have the fire out, but we're still praying for all of their safety. We're praying for healing to come, for the artifacts that have been lost. And our prayers are being sent there just because our intention is making it go there, right? We're calling on love to go to that space. Does that make sense? So it's the same thing. When I call on love in my healing work and I'm sending it, I'm asking it, I can see it and sense it. And then the story is, I want to say a story, I want to say the information that I receive from Spirit guides me to that healing session. So if we were doing a phone call and this was a healing session, I would do a scan and Spirit would kind of guide me through what was going on in your body, what was going on in your life, and then the steps that you can use in order to heal. We can also work on taking that pain point down just from that distant healing. Questions? There's a lot of stuff in a short minute here. You know me, I'm going really fast. So just in a short minute, does anybody have any questions about what that means? Or is anybody having any big issues in their life that they would like a little help or a little guidance with? Chris, thank you for sharing the video. I really appreciate that. One of the challenges I have, hey Megan, how are you, love? Nice to see you, is that I am very hard of hearing. So at this event over the weekend, I had to explain to people that I'm hard of hearing. And a lot of people don't understand that because I'm fairly young, right? Not as young as I used to be, but young to have hearing aids. And people are like, oh, you have hearing aids. I'm like, yes, I read lips, but this doesn't always work well because it takes a little bit to process that. So for me, I always have to go slow. I have to listen to the person and I have to wait for, did I really understand what they said, or do I have to ask that question and go back? So there's sometimes I miss out on big pieces of information. And this can be really stressful at times, but it also can be a very big blessing at times because what I don't hear, I can feel. What I'm not hearing from that person is I can sense through their senses. So it works out very well in a healing session because I don't get clogged with a lot of extra stuff. When I'm working, I can really break down and know the energy of that person and pay attention to all of the things that Spirit is trying to guide me and showed me with that being. Does it make sense? Does anybody else have hearing loss or work with that? I'm just curious. Or have anything else that they struggle with in terms, I mean, I don't want to say struggle, but sometimes it is a struggle to have the hearing loss. Sometimes it's no big deal. It just depends on the situation. Just curious if anybody else has that going on. My 3-year-old granddaughter, she just gets the kick out of my hearing aids. Every time I see her, she's like, "Do you have your ears in?" I say, "Yes, I do." She's like, "Can I try them on?" She loves trying them on. She thinks it's the best thing. And I'm like, "Can you hear well now, Hadley?" And she's like, "Yes, I can." She gets really excited about it. So you have no glasses or anything, but you have visual impairment. So is that a struggle for you? Are you able to drive and everything, Chris? Yeah, that's a big one, the macular degeneration. I'm sure it has. So that's an inward thing, right? You have to really pay attention inward. And there's not a whole lot they can do with the macular degeneration, correct? I mean, you can have a little bit of surgery, but it's a progressive disease. It slowly progresses. Am I correct? I don't drive. I have to retire from being... Yeah, that must be difficult, right? I'm so sorry. Hi, Justin. How are you? Thanks for watching, and thanks for sharing. So when I connect to Spirit, it's an inward experience for me, right? So Chris, I'm sure you have the same experience being heightened and doing Reiki, that your senses are probably a little bit more in tune and pretty much open now. I don't know if anybody else has that experience as well, where you might be a hypersensitive person. That's the terminology a lot of people use, hypersensitive. So this is my senses, anybody's senses is how we connect to Spirit, right? It's just how it works. Hi, Peggy. How are you? Thanks for watching. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. We're just hanging out over here. So Chris is saying that it's been a blessing having her eye disease. Actually, most happy now that I've ever met. Wow, that's really amazing, Chris, right? That's incredible. I feel like the same thing. I don't have a problem having the hearing loss. Like it doesn't bother me as much as it might bother other people when I keep having to say what. Or my kids, they're like, "Mom, you don't hear us." And it can frustrate me, but overall, it allows me to tune into my other senses really clearly and really pay attention to that guidance. So I am in agreement with you. And even though I have hearing aids, I can take them out, which is great, and I have a little bit of peace. But the thing for me is I have the tinnitus, which is, it's the ringing, the constant buzzing in my ears. So with the aids in, I tend not to hear that, which is great. And when I take it out, I will hear that nice, loud and clear. I call them crickets. That's pretty much how I have it. The crickets, even if it's not summer. Those peepers that are going on right now? Yeah, I can hear those, no problem. No problemo. So what about connecting to Spirit? How can you connect to Spirit? Does anybody want to talk about that? Anybody want to know how they can connect to Spirit and feel their loved ones? Just curious. So for me, when I'm connecting to Spirit, and you guys have heard me talk about this so many times, is that I love to journal. I like to sit and be still. I go within, and then I'm writing it out, right? I'm writing it out, and I'm feeling that presence. So it's very dimensional, and it's very simple to do now that I know that I don't have to try as hard, if that makes sense. Lisa, you had texted me a really cool question. I forgot what it is. You wanted to know something about heaven, or I forget what it is. Lisa, if you can ask that question again, it'd be a really great time for that. Yes, everybody wants to know. Justin says, is connecting with spirit something you can work on, or does it just happen? No, you can definitely work on it, Justin. So for us to connect to God, it is our awareness. It's our faith that is going to bring that vibration and make that really true. And so many of us wait till we lose a loved one in order to connect with spirit, in order to have that experience. So we don't have to wait for that, but that's what propels a lot of people, right? We wait for that loss, and we are so sad, and we just want to have that connection. So one of the most important things to do is to be still, which is hard in this busy, crazy life of ours. But when you can sit still, when you can do a meditation, and it doesn't have to be like hours and hours of meditation, guys. It's the simple sitting with your intention. I'm sorry, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me, God bless me. It's sitting with your intention, doing that cycle breath, bringing your breath in, holding it in your belly, and then slowly exhaling it out. I love to call on using the inner eyesight. So when your eyes are closed, if you can roll them down, how about if you guys try this with me? It'll be fun. So what you're going to do is you're going to close your eyes, and you're going to cycle breathe, continue to breathe in through your nose and exhale out your mouth. And then you're going to roll your eyes forward and down. Are you with me? Forward and down. And then you're going to roll them back a little bit. So almost as if you're kind of looking at the back of your head inside. This internal eyesight can allow you to go even deeper in your meditation and out of that chatter brain and out of the chaos, so that you can connect easier with spirit. And you can follow your senses this way. So you can roll your eyes down. Again, you can bring them to your heart center. You can bring them to your solar plexus. You can bring them into your root chakra, and then you can bring it all the way to your crown. I'm probably going a little too fast, but I can write this up for you guys. Justin, I lost my grandpa when I was young, and we were super close, and I really want to... Okay. Justin, what's your grandfather's name? Do you want me to pull him through, and then we can walk through some things, and I can tell you how you can do it? And Justin, I feel like you're young. I don't feel like you're too old. I'm feeling like younger. Thank you. Because I'm feeling like, I know you said when you were young that he passed away, but I feel like you're young. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Justin, you're also a sensitive soul, so you're moved by energy. Do you understand that? And what I mean by that is this is not something that I want to say is a negative thing. It's a positive thing. Can you bring my departed? So give me 1 second. I'm talking with Justin right now. Peggy, if you don't mind. So Justin, they're showing me that you're a sensitive soul, but it's not something that is always seen as a positive thing. Perfect. But it's something that rocks your world. So you go in and out of joyful to sad, joyful to sad. Do you understand that? And I'm also going to ask you, Justin, if your which of your senses is the strongest? So is it hearing? Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Hearing, seeing. For me, I'm getting that it's the knowing. It's your stomach is the strongest. But I'm just want to confirm with you if it's one of your senses: the hearing, the sight, the feeling, the to speak, the smell. Your grandfather's also he's wafting some smoke around me, so I'm not sure if you can smell that as well, or if he's just showing this to me. Feeling, definitely. Do you understand the smoking around your grandfather? Do you smell that smoke as well, Justin? A little bit, I believe. So your senses just need to be opened a little bit. It's just your awareness. So this is his way of coming through and letting you know that it's him. So randomly, if you have that smell come across you and you're wondering, this is your grandfather, he's also all around the head. Do you understand that? That can mean that he had something in his head. He hit his head. He had, I'm kind of feeling like there's a little bit of pain with that, so I'm not sure what that is. He's not saying exactly, but do you understand that as well? These are just the validation points that he's bringing in and connecting, so I know I can deliver and you know that it's him. So now, Justin, what I want you to do is I want you to sit nice and still. Maybe if you can sit with your legs crisscross, almost like, I want to say Indian style. No, that's not the right way to say it anymore. Crisscross applesauce. So I want you to place your palms down on your lap and go ahead and close your eyes and do that breathing in. Hold your breath into your gut, into your stomach, let it expand a little bit, and then slowly exhale. And with your eyes closed, I'm going to guide you through feeling your grandfather, okay? So take a nice deep breath in, and then fully exhale. Bring your awareness, the inner vision, like we talked about, all the way into your heart center. Allow your heart center to become really open and vibrant. You might want to pick a color, like the color green, to go with that heart center, that heart chakra. And as you're breathing in, allow that green to get brighter and brighter and bigger and bigger. With every inhalation, you feel just more relaxed and more comforted. And in your mind's eye, I want you to envision your grandfather. It's almost like we're calling to him. And as you're calling your grandfather, I want you to put your hands on your stomach and just be still and be calm. And as you're envisioning your grandfather, I want you to see him standing before you. And I want you to notice how it feels inside of your gut, how it feels inside of your stomach as a truth. I want you to feel your grandfather as he's touching your shoulder, your left shoulder. He's also leaning down and he's whispering in your ear. And his words are, I've got you. I have you, I have you, I have you, he's saying. He's also showing me he's moving you. He's moving both your shoulders now. He's also saying the past is the past. What's behind you is not in front of you. He's saying you're a good boy. He's saying whatever mistakes you're holding, you don't have to hold so near and dear. He's saying those are in the past. He's also showing me tears. He's telling me these are your tears, so you know. And he's saying everything is all well. So he's moving back now. I want you to slowly allow yourself to come back into the moment before you open your eyes. And when you're ready, let me know how you're doing. Right, guys? Isn't that beautiful? It's really beautiful. I might have all the heightenedness going on now. Right, Noelle? I feel like it's amazing. Hey, anybody else watching before Justin comes back? Wow, I can't explain what just happened, but I needed that. Beautiful. Were you able to feel everything that he was saying to me? And I'm wondering if you were able to hear him or just feel it. So sometimes it can be confusing between the knowing, because we know, and the hearing. When we know, it's an internal thing, it's an automatic knowing. And the hearing is a little different, it's an actual word that comes up. Yeah, he was right there. He was right there. And I'm wondering if any of the other viewers were having an experience as well and connecting with the spirit at the same time and could feel all of that happening. Oh, thank you, Chris. That's so sweet. You know, this is possible for all of us to have a holy experience. A holy experience. You're welcome, Justin. You're welcome. Those were big things, and permission for you to let go of things too, right? The best versions of ourselves. This is something I shared with the group on Saturday, which is I've had the gift of being able to see everybody's God light my whole life. So I see the highest and best versions of them, which isn't always a great thing because not everybody is standing in their highest and best self. So I'll see that around them and I'll automatically expect them to be at that space, but they have work to do. So I'm better at it than I used to be, where I can break down and say, oh, there's possibilities, there's healing needs to happen, where in the past it was more of maybe I was a bad judge of character. So, oh, thank you, Lisa. So, Lisa, let me go back to your question, my friend, which was, let me go back a little bit. Let me scrolling. I'm scrolling. Is heaven another dimension here on earth, or are loved ones actually up in heaven? Because this is perfect. Heaven is here, right? Heaven is here. There's this thin veil, and I like to say that it's energy is all it is, that we don't necessarily see through until we have a holy experience, and then we see through it. So any of you guys who have come to my meditation with heaven, you've had that experience where I've brought you to that level of being in heaven. It's no different. It's just when we open up our hearts, and Justin just had that experience where his grandfather was standing right there. So our loved ones are with us. And I say this to you, the soul is infinite, meaning you're here and with God, and your loved ones are always with you. So when they depart the physical, their soul is still with you. There is nothing that's ever going to take that away. Nope, nothing. So that's why there is no death, really. There's no ending. So the physical leaves, but the soul remains infinitely involved in your life. Infinite. Yeah. And some people, that's not a good thing, because when they've had pain and have experienced something that's very hurtful by somebody that's departed, they don't necessarily want to have that connection with that loved one. But I'll tell you what happens when we open and we come to a place like this and we have healing work done. We can work on forgiveness. We can work on healing the part of us that doesn't want to connect to that soul, or know that soul, or has been in so much pain because of that soul. We can heal. And that's what they want us to do. They don't want us to go through life in pain. Because in heaven, and this through the veil, through this thin experience, there's the absence of all that attitude, of all that anger, of all that judgment, of all that hate they carried, of all that fear. They don't have that. All they have is love. And there's no time. So they can show up for you. They can show up for you, and they can be there. They can be steady and true. Steady and true and loyal and love. And they are making amends, right? They're making amends there. So we don't have to wait to die to make amends, guys, right? We can put our past behind us. This is a great lesson for all of us, where we forgive ourselves, we can forgive others, and we can let that stuff go. And we can stay here in the present moment. But don't you ever think that if you've done something wrong, that you can't heal it. Don't carry that baggage with you. Don't think it's something that you can just tune out and forget, because that's not going to happen. So wrongs need to be made right. We need to claim responsibility to the best of our knowledge and live from that place. Okay? That makes sense? Perfect. That's lots of stuff, right? Lots of stuff. And it's like so cold in my office right now. It's crazy. What is an initial step we can take to be our highest self? That's a great question, Noelle. I love that. Perfect. I think an initial step is opening yourself spiritually. Without a doubt, that's the only thing that matters, is accepting God. It's not about religion. And those of you who have come here and sat on my couch, you know I'm not preaching about religion. I am preaching about your relationship with higher power. I'm talking about your relationship with God. That is the most important thing, hands down, that you can do. Sure, you can open up and start doing card readings and tarot readings, and you can study Reiki and shamanism. You can do so many things to open up. But if you leave God out of the mix, you're going to stay in a platform of here, the level of what you'll be able to do. And yes, you'll be able to connect psychically. And yeah, you might be able to pull some heavenly beings through. But you will never be completely filled with joy. You won't, because you can't. We have to have that connection with higher power. We have to have that connection with the divine for it to be purified and true. So don't think we're going to call on the universe to guide us without calling on God first. Because the universe is great, but guess what? The universe also has the mix of fear energy, judgment, and chaos. Yes, the universe can have our back when we are following with God, when we're in that alignment. Make sense? Right? It's cool stuff. Thank you, Chris. Who else is agreeing? Let's see some hearts out there. Are y'all keeping up? Is everybody doing good? Just wondering. Just wondering. I know we're on a random early time, so those of you tuning in, I really appreciate you showing up. I know everybody's getting out of work and whatnot. Hi, Gina. How are you, love? Nice to see you. Woohoo. Hi, Pat. How are you? Nice to see you. So we talked about the Reiki. We talked about the energy. We walked Justin through how to connect. If you guys are just tuning in, go back and watch the video because it was really great listening. We didn't get to watch him, but I talked him through connecting with his grandfather, and it was really beautiful and very, very emotional, really lovely. Megan is saying she's missing her grandma since she departed. Megan, have you felt your grandma around you? Have you been able to have that connection or that experience with her? Feel her soul around your soul? I'm just curious and Margaret's missing her dad. I'm sorry. Margaret, have you been able to feel your dad as well? I'm just curious if anybody else has had experiences with their loved ones and felt them undeniably. No doubt, yes. And Peggy says she's missing her husband. Has anybody... What is the question I want to ask? Sometimes, Margaret said, thank you. Yes, for sure. Okay, perfect. So there you have it. Yes, those are the yeses. That's what I want to hear. We feel our loved ones, right? So what is it that makes us feel lonely when we know they're there? What is it that makes you feel lonely? Is it the memories? I know for me, when I'm missing my grandfather, it is just having that conversation with him, right? It's just having that one-on-one conversation. And then automatically I'll go into having that conversation with him. I'll miss it, but then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, okay, I can do it right here. Because I forget that it's that easy. So Noelle's saying she doesn't know that she had been able to feel them undeniably, but I'm trying to get to that, starting with meditation. That's perfect. I mean, that's where we have to go, right? It's quieting our mind. Margaret, yes, thanks. Pat is missing the physical presence. Yes, agreed, Pat. For me, it's not being able to walk in her house and have her there, right? Because we want to have that physical experience. We're very physical beings, right? We want nice clothes. We want things. We're physical. We're hands-on, touchy-feely things, aren't we? So this experience that I'm having, literally right at this moment, is spirit is just all around me. So my head is all hanging. I'm feeling like this electrified energy because they're showing me that it is a physical experience. It's just that we're not always tuning into it, right? I have a really hard time going to my grand's house, which is really hard because it's our main family house, right? Hi, Grace. How are you? Lisa says, I wish I had more time with my grandmother, Violet, and made the time. Well, and here's the thing, Lisa, you can have that time right now, right? You can have that time with her if you open up to having that conversation. Pen to the paper, guys. So what I want you to do, here's our homework. I'm getting everybody a little homework tonight, is I want you to sit quietly and allow yourself to breathe, be in your body, be still. And then I want you to put your pen to your paper and write to your loved one. And tell them what you're hoping for, and tell them what you're looking for. Tell them how you're feeling, what you're missing about their presence. And then I want you to flip the page, and I want you to answer back. In the beginning, it might feel false, like you're answering your own self, but trust me, it will be from them. You will feel them come through you. You'll feel their words speak to you. It's a really groovy thing. And you have to get out of your head. You can't be in your head about it. You have to just go with it. And trust me, it will feel so good. So Peggy and Pat, I mean, yes, man, Lisa, Megan, all of you, Loves, Margaret, Noelle, all of you, Kathy, anybody that's watching that wants to feel the presence of their loved one, trust me, let's do this little exercise and you are going to be like, this is so amazing. This is so amazing. Who's with me? Who's going to do it? I want to know. Anybody? Let me see some hearts. I'm a crazy journal girl, so I'm always doing like these little exercises and they just are so amazing. Oh, see, that's so nice. Perfect. So you're with me. Yay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Good. So what we'll do is, yay. What we'll do is we'll check back in. I'll check back in with you guys and we'll see how it's going, okay? How everybody's letter turned out. Maybe I'll do another live on Thursday. What the heck? I'm making my own schedule. There's no plans. Because angels don't lie. And there is no time in heaven, so I can fly and fly and fly. Yes. Perfect. So don't be stressed. Be in your breath. If you're stressing, it's okay. Put it away and then go back to it. You will be able to feel it and know it. And use your senses when you're doing it. Like notice what's happening in your body, right? We are so out of tune with ourselves. We go so quickly. We don't always pay attention to the senses. So be present for that. Give yourself that gift. You will be so grateful and thankful that you were able to do that for yourself. So grateful and thankful. As I am so grateful and thankful for all of you. I really am. Oh, it's had a beautiful day. I'm so happy that it's spring and that it's getting warm out, although it's freezing in my office right now, but I'm so happy that it's spring. Right. Hey, Jeremy, how are you? I did go on early. I just had this like little whim. The angels were like, just go on now. And I was like, all right. So who's going to argue with angels, Jeremy? Not me. Are you? Nope. I have to do what I got to do. But don't worry, you can watch the replay. It's all good. We're connecting to heaven. We're talking about what it's like. That's right. Not going to argue. Jeremy, I'm just wondering, did you get the ring? Just going to bust on you because I can. Let's do a couple connections. How about that? Who is into that? Let's do a couple connections and nope. I know it is pretty funny, right? I'll do just a couple readings for you guys if anybody is kind of interested, and then I'll say goodbye. I knew you were going to say yes, Pat, because I was like, yeah, Tim wants to talk. Okay, let me do Pat first. And this is how I like to work. For me, when I've got the laptop and the computer, this is so much energy for me that pen to the paper is a really important thing for me to do during this moment because my energy automatically wants to zone in on you guys. But I'm going to stay right here. Okay, pen to the paper. And here we go. So this is for Pat, and this is her husband, Tim, who's coming through. And he's whistling for you. Do you understand the whistling? This is adorable. He's got his hat on. He's looking so cute. He's kind of like got this, I want to say this Irish sexy vibe going on, which is hysterical, is what he's got going on. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Linda. How are you? Perfect. Okay, so hi, Jill. How are you? I'm saying hi to some new people as I'm going to do this for Pat. So we'll just wait for Pat to give me just a little confirmation. Oh my God, I'm going to Ireland. There you go. So that's what he's doing. And he's just being so smitten about it, which is just such a cute thing. And just how he's acting, because he's like just doing this little dance. I'll say an Irish jig because that's what it seems like. I feel like you're going to have like the best time. He said, you're like with a group, with a bunch of people? Pat is his way of letting you know he's obviously still involved. He's also opening the wallet and he's like fanning the money. He's like fanning the bills, because I don't feel like you're supposed to worry so much about what you're going to spend, as much as like take it out and spend it. It's okay. Like, this is what you made it for. Okay? So this is what he's showing. Worry about money? Are you, because he's making me feel like you're worried about money. Not that he is. He's showing me like spend it. Like, take it out. There you go. Oh, and had to pay the IRS. Well, of course. But I don't feel like it's about that. I feel like more like it's about the trip as well. Okay? So maybe you're being more cautious because of the money that you had to spend with the IRS? Okay. So that's what he's making me feel like as well. He's also like, did you get new glasses? Because he's moving my glasses. And he's also joking and saying, I like what you've done with the place, meaning for the house. I don't know what you're doing, but he's saying, I like what you did to the place. Oh, there you go. Perfect. So that's his way of, showing up for you, which I know you know, and he's there, and he's all around you, right? So much fun. Yeah, there you go. So there you have it. He's having a good time with you then, letting you know. All right, where are my comments so I can see who is... This doesn't let me... I have to go backwards. Sorry. You're welcome, love. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, one more. So somebody else type in for me before I say goodbye, because I'm not going to scroll back because it's a pain in the ass. Did I just say ass? Yes, I did. I swore. And if you hang out with me long enough, you're going to hear me swear a lot more, because it's just the kind of girl. Okay. Hi, Peggy. How are you? Peggy, you were asking about your husband, correct? Peggy, is your husband's name is David? Is that correct? Perfect. Thank you so much. So he's also like, I'm getting like, I don't know if he couldn't talk at the end of life, but he's like blocking off my voice. Do you understand that? But he's also saying at the same time, like, there is a lot for him to say, because I don't feel like there were words said at the end. So he wants you to know. He's like, please tell her that I love her. Please tell her that I'm okay. That I was really scared, but everything is okay. And he's like, everything's worked out for the best. I don't know exactly what that means. Do you understand that? Who had the aneurysm? Also, Peggy, he's showing me flowers and balloons. I don't know. That's a celebration, so I don't know who's celebrating something, but he's bringing a celebration as well. So he's showing up with gifts. He's like, I'm not empty-handed. He's actually being pretty funny right now. He's got a great sense of humor. So I don't know who had the aneurysm. Anybody tuning in here? Because I know somebody tuning in and knows somebody with this aneurysm. So it's his way of confirming that it's him and letting you know that he's dousing you with lots of love. So Noelle, this is your dad then? But that's not how he passed, he says? Not from the aneurysm, do you understand? But from complications. He's also like writing a whole bunch of stuff. Like, I'm getting like all these words, all this, like, I want to say dissertation. Was your dad like a professor or lawyer? Like, I'm getting that whole kind of feeling. Hi, Wendy, how are you? And Cheryl said her grandmother had one as well. Cheryl, is that how? No, but he did recite wisdom type messages. All right, so that's kind of what he's doing for me. He's like giving me like all of this stuff. He also has an accent, so I'm not sure what the accent is, but he's just sending a whole bunch of love. And he's got some letter writing. He's busy. He's like, I got to get all this work done. He's making me feel like he's busy and getting things done. So it's his way of showing up and just letting you know that he's with you. Cheryl, so your grandmother had an aneurysm too, love? Then she also have dementia, huh? You're welcome. Because I get a lot of confusion, Cheryl, so you understand that's how she's showing up. And who's down south? Is this your grandmother or is this you? Yes, Margaret, your dad is around you. I'm just working with Cheryl right now. So if you guys go back, scroll back through this video earlier, I want you to rewatch what we did with Justin, and I want you to do this for yourself. I want you to feel your loved ones around you, because I promise you, you're going to have that experience. And if you're with me, if you were listening to about the letter writing to your loved ones and then answering it back, we're going to check in on Thursday, and I'm going to see where you are with that, okay? I'll try to do around the same time, like 5:15ish, 5:30, okay? as long as I don't have any appointments. I don't even know what I have on my schedule, but all right, so that's what she's showing me. That's what she's showing me. Listen, Cheryl, this is just letting you know that she's with you. She's also a yeller. She's also like making me feel like this is who she was in life. Like she's got a loud voice. Things are going to happen because if she says something, and it's going to be all crazy and chaos. All right, my loves. I hope that you feel your loved ones with you tonight, and that you do that exercise and you work with it for sure. And if you'd like to spend a little more time with me, head on over to my website and book a session, and let's do this, because I promise you, you will find it so valuable. You will find everything that you've been looking for and then some. Absolutely. All right. God bless everybody. You know, I know what I know. Say it with me, because angels don't lie. I hope you have a beautiful night. God bless. Bye. Love you. You're welcome.